Hey there, Predator fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at NECA's Predator Jungle Extraction Dutch action figure. This came out at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and this costs about, I think I paid $18.99 for it at FYE. And I've seen them at local TRUs for about $17, $16, $17. So this is very similar to the Jungle Patrol Dutch in a lot of ways. There's a lot of similar sculpting here, but there's also a lot of new parts, which makes it exciting in its own right. Just so we can get a quick look, I'll show you him next to Jungle Patrol Dutch. And I'm not showing off packaging just because we've already done the Predator and Jungle Patrol Dutch, so there's really no need to go over it again. It's the exact same stuff with a different name at the bottom. So very, very similar. Pretty much body down is almost identical. Torso section is pretty much identical because this is a rubber overlay in the same way that his vest was a rubber overlay. The big differences here in the lower legs is just that he's got the mounted machete right here, and there is sculpting here for a like a strap that would go on the calf, but we don't have that here. So the unfortunate part is that is not painted. I don't know why they skipped over that. There should be black on that nylon. If you can see the straight lines there, that should be a nylon strap. And you can see it down here as well. So they didn't paint those straps for some reason. I'm not sure why. And that does seem to be like a widespread problem, not just this figure, because I've seen it in other reviews. But arms are now clothed. He's got his jacket on. So they still kind of have that, ripped element. He doesn't look, slouchy or anything in it. I actually think the bulky look for him with the jacket on makes him even look more like Schwarzenegger, so that's pretty cool. And then the big change is the head. In the original, there's the sort of wary, kind of concerned looking face, and here, as earlier, he's a little cockier. Eyes are very suspicious, and he's got his trademark cigar. So I think that's pretty cool that they actually went the extra mile to give him a completely different head when they really didn't have to. So that's cool. He's also got the gloved hands instead of the ungloved hands. So otherwise, very similar. He's got a lot of the same great sculpting, but it also means he's got some of the same flaws. Chief of which, this is an amazing action figure. So the biggest flaw for me, again, is just going to be the weapon size. The weapons are too small. So you can see it's very evident on this figure because of the grenades. If I take the rifle out of his hands, and we get a good look at his hands next to the grenade, you can see how tiny that grenade would be in his hand. It would be like holding a crab apple. It's tiny. Absolutely tiny. Here we go. Do it this way so you know it's not just perspective. So you can see the grenades are just too small. All of the weapons are just too small. If we get his knife out of his sheath here, it's just too small. And it's not that the knife in itself, looks small in his hand. It's just that I know from the reference that it should be much bigger. So we've already looked at the other weapons before, so that's not going to be a huge deal. Just know that they are a little small for the mold. Not crazy small, but a little small. He's still got his Desert Eagle and everything. The one major new addition here is the machete. And this is the same machete that Billy uses at the end of the movie to kind of cross the, make the blood mark across his chest when he's challenging the Predator, so that's pretty awesome. At the beginning of the movie, Dutch has it when they start, but he throws it in a guy when he says his infamous stick around line. And that's the last time I think you see him with it. So very nice sculpting on it, nice paint details, nothing spectacular, but certainly, a good job. And it does fit in his hand pretty decently. You might have to hook the tip of the guard here under his finger to get it to stay really well, but for the most part, very nice. But again, just, a little too small. And like I said in the other reviews, most people are not going to notice, this tiny amount of smallness. Most people haven't even mentioned it in their reviews. So, but they are small. So it's just something to be aware of if you're a gun nut or if you're a stickler for details. That may be a problem for you. So we did look at the head a little bit already, but I just want to go ahead and show it off a little bit more. You can see the 5 o'clock shadow there was really well done. They actually sculpted it into the face and then did a paint wash over it. It was very nice. You can see the camouflage paint in his face, very well done. One interesting thing is, it may just be different from figure to figure, but on mine at least, the camo is a little bit darker on this figure, which was earlier in the movie, so it makes a little more sense. So that may be, you know, just a figure to figure thing, but it could be a detail that NECA decided to add, which would be cool. The vest over the jacket looks really, really nice. They did a great job replicating that, and it's actually, if you look closely, the same vest that Arnold's wearing in this version of the figure. Keep having to pull it back over. It's the same vest in a different color. So you can see, like, all the straps are the same. It's just he doesn't have his grenades now because he used those when they attacked the little, not village, but camp, I guess you could call it. Now, I've checked the movie several times because you can clearly see that this is a brown color, very nicely done, and this is a green color. It's really hard to tell, honestly, the movie, because sometimes it looks like he's wearing the vest in brown, sometimes it looks like it's green, sometimes it looks like it's black, depending on where you are in the movie, so I can't really swear as to what color it actually is, but they are different on the figure, even though it's meant to represent the same vest, or at least appears to represent the same vest. The difference being that this is left open to go over the jacket, and in here he's got one of the clips locked on it, so yeah. But, yeah, very cool detailing here. They did a really, really nice job on all the folds and everything. It looks like not just bunched up cloth, but wet bunched up cloth, which makes sense because they were in, you know, the jungle, so they were very sweaty. So that makes a lot of sense. Very cool. A lot of great subtle paint details. There's actually so much light on it, it may be hurting how much paint detail you can see, but this isn't just like a straight tan. There's like tan and then like lighter colors and darker colors down in there, so it does have a lot of depth to it in person, which is really cool. The new gloved hands are fantastic. The same poses on both hands. So on here we've got you know, the trigger hand and nice leather all the way around, nice pocking and everything to kind of bring the details of the glove out. Very, very cool. And the same shape, as I said, to hold the rifle, so it looks great. Yeah, fantastic new work. And the only difference on the bottom, as I said, is the sheath here that's attached to the leg, which does look like kind of beat up cardboarded leather, so that's very cool. Yeah, very, very nice job. So as far as articulation, pretty much identical to Dutch, or the previous Dutch, Jungle Patrol Dutch. We've got the ball jointed head, which can look up, down, and great tilt there. It's very, very nice. We've got swivel hinge shoulders that go about out to there, and of course all the way around without any problems. This vest piece is a rubber overlay that goes over the exact same shirt section that the previous Dutch had, so we still retain all the motion in here and everything, and it doesn't interfere with the shoulders. Got 90 degrees at the elbows, and then a swivel there as well, so it's a swivel hinge. We've got ball jointed wrists, which have an awesome range of motion, very, very good on both wrists, very, very nice. So we've got a ball joint here in the waist, and another one up here in the chest, right through here. So just like the last Dutch, we get great forward motion, great back motion, great side to side, and swivel action as well. One interesting thing is if you lift the piece up here, you can see it's actually cast in like a fleshy pink color, which is really weird. So if you take the jacket off, this will look very strange down here. So the belt is floating, so it doesn't hinder articulation there or anything. We've got swivel hinge, swivel hips, which are pegged at 90 degrees. I did it. Yay. So they do go forward and back. This is like the diaper overlay, just like the previous Dutch had. Out to the side is fantastic. Very tight joints there, not loose at all. Fantastic. Swivel in the upper thigh here, right at the ball joint. Swivel hinge joints in the knees, almost 90 degrees, not perfect, but they do have the swivel, so that's good. And we've got the ball jointed ankles, which have great range of motion, just absolutely fantastic. Side to side is good, everything's great. One thing I noticed on this Dutch that I didn't realize on my last Dutch is that he actually has one other point of articulation, and that's the top of the boots. These actually swivel here so that when you're turning the foot and stuff, you can actually turn the boot to give a much cleaner look to your pose. Which is very cool. I think that's neat. I didn't notice it on the last Dutch, and I've messed with it on him, and I realized that he does have it, although one of his feet seems to be stuck, so I can't really get it to move just yet. I may have to boil it, or I don't know if I care that much, but it's a neat joint to have. So like I said, this figure is running between like 16 and 20 bucks at most places. If you don't mind the weapons being a little small, which, you know, you're probably not going to notice anyway, unless someone, you know, douchey like me points it out to you, then you should definitely pick up this figure. If you're a movie fan, Predator fan, Aliens fan, Cameron fan, John McTiernan fan, anything, you should get this figure. He's just an outstanding action figure. If you just like Arnold or action movies, get the figure. If you like cool soldiers, if you just, you know, like into military figures, get the figure. It's an amazing, amazing action figure. 7-inch scale, looks fantastic. Yeah, pick him up. He is amazing. Just a real quick 6-inch comparison here so you can see his size in comparison to the Ghost Rider. And I'm about to drop Baird over here on the side. And then we've got this guy, Predator, here. So you can see how huge the Predator is compared to them. So, very cool. Great set. Definitely pick it up if you get the chance. If you have any questions or comments, just throw them in the box below. I'll be glad to answer them for you. No question is stupid. Just ask away. I'm here to help you guys out. So, thanks a lot for stopping by. Thanks to all the subscribers. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.